What's up, legends? My name is Liberty V Justice, and there's no period in my V because my victories never end, and I'm here to help you get your victories. Legends, you are worth it. You are listening to Rhythm for Revenue, and we're here to help you get a bigger impact, influence, and income, okay, with your entertainment. So if you enjoy this episode, the fee is very simple. You share it with someone who needs it today, or you can also do a review for us in Apple Podcasts. You are suspending success by delaying discomfort. The discomfort of what other people might say about you and your looks and your circumstances right now. But how bad are you going to look and feel later when you still haven't achieved your dreams and you still work at McDonald's at 60 years old and you're begging the government and complete strangers to help you pay your bills because you let the fear of what other people think of you stop you? Okay? So check it out. You are suspending success by delaying discomfort. Okay? It is going to be uncomfortable. It is going to be scary. It is going to be challenging, but that's why it is worth it, okay? So, delay your gratification. You give up something small now to have a bigger payoff later. You trade something fun for something hard. It takes longer, but the payoff is much, much bigger, much better, much more rewarding, and cannot be taken away, okay? If you want a bigger payoff, pay now. The more you invest now, the more you get back later, okay? So, it's like your taxes, okay? You can choose to get a little more in your paycheck right now, or you can choose to get a lot more back later. Delay your gratification. You will be much more fulfilled later when you invest in yourself and your dreams right now. Invest now in something that only goes up in value, your abilities and your self-worth, which also leads to more money, okay? You got two payment options. One, you pay now, okay? You give your time, you give your pride, aka fear of what other people think of you, aka haters, okay? Or you pay later. You give your time and your pride up to the government, your lack of success. You're giving up your pride because now you have no success. Okay, so option one, look good now and look like shit later. Or option two, look like shit now and look good later, right? You're going to be a superstar later. It's worth it. Trust me, it's worth it. So check it out. So you can pay now, give up your free time, give up your fear of looking bad, or you can pay later and you can look good now, have lots of clothes, a car, luxury apartment, lots of money to spend evenings out, right? And lots of time you spend with your friends, whatever you do, and Netflix, whatever. And you can look like shit later. Because when you still have no accomplishments, no money, no self-confidence, and no trust in yourself, it's going to be much harder later, okay? Take it from me. Okay, look. What little confidence that I had gained when I was homeless was stripped away during the lockdown in COVID-19, okay? I can no longer depend on the people and the places that I had found reliable since moving to California. But I lost all my confidence, but I had to get it back and a whole lot more. Okay, I learned what really makes me confident. Achievement. Okay, after this COVID-19 thing, I can do anything. I can depend on me. Okay, the good life is expensive. There's another way to live that doesn't cost very much, but it isn't any good. Fame and fortune is expensive because it costs all your time, your emotional energy, and your short-term pride right now. You have to invest right now without seeing results. Okay, it takes a lot longer to see results. But in the end, if you don't invest your time, your emotional energy, your short-term pride, it'll be more expensive later in the end. You'll pay with regret, poverty, shame, You know, what's worse? Like I said, being laughed at now for sleeping outside while you're building your business in COVID-19 lockdown, or being laughed at later when you're 60 years old, still haven't achieved your goals and still haven't achieved your dreams because you let other people's opinions stop you, and now you're still working at McDonald's and struggling to pay your bills. And trust me, they're not going to help you pay your bills, okay? Remember that, okay? So I have 188,000 fans on TikTok as of this recording. I have like hundreds more every day, right? But it took me less than 1 year to gain 100,000 while I was homeless. Okay, now I make enough money with my business to have my own place, right? So, but I chose to get the hate. I chose to get laughed at now, so I don't get laughed at later. You know what I mean? Later, I'd be laughing on my private jet. Okay, and the haters know my name. I don't know theirs. You see what I'm saying? I don't care. They don't care about me, and I don't care what they're doing. Okay? So, I started TikTok with no promise of a payoff. Okay? And that's why I stress to you. If you have a job, another source of income, or you're a teen living with your parents, I stress to you, man, start now. Get smarter sooner than I did. That's why I do everything I do, because I want everybody to listen. I don't care how old you are. I want everybody to listen. Start now, get smarter sooner than I did so you can be successful sooner, okay? Hopefully you'll have more money than I do right now. Like in the next month or two, you'll start now and you'll have more money than I do right now. You'll surpass me. That'd be the best thing, best compliment for me, right? So start now. Then that way you don't have to worry about what business you're going to sleep behind and how you're going to defend yourself if a man comes up and tries to get in your sleeping bag, okay? You can take that time and energy and focus on one thing, creating short videos, okay? Act hungry so you don't have to get hungry, right? Act hungry so you don't actually become hungry. You know, when I say act hungry, hustle, man. Put that work in now so you don't end up homeless like I was, right? Okay, do it now. And the sooner you do it, the better you can, the quicker, the sooner you do it, the sooner you can become successful and get better and make that money and then quit that job and move out of your parents' house or whatever you need to do and level up, right? So you say that you don't have time. That's a lie. That's the number one excuse. That's why I'm doing it. You don't have time, right? That's a lie. You don't have confidence, okay? You have the time, you don't have the confidence, all right? So you know how to get confidence? Get good at something, okay? You know how to get good at something? Do it. And do it a lot and do it often. I made videos all day long on TikTok. It was the one thing I had going for me. It made me feel confident that I had thousands of people watching me, following me, commenting, sharing my videos, wanting to be like me, doing duets and all this stuff, right? I don't have time. That's your excuse. Well, Liberty, but I have a full-time job, okay? That's your excuse? Okay, you don't have as much time as I do to make videos. Okay, that's true, but check it out. The truth is, you can make time, but the truth is, like I said, you're insecure. You're afraid of how other people will look at you and the way you look and your circumstances right now and your speaking abilities and your body and all this stuff. You're afraid. Okay, so, but you know how to get confident? Don't you have confidence in something you could never lose. The way to get confident, like I said, is to get good at something. So make the videos knowing they will suck, but realize that the quantity leads to the quality. Check it out. I'm going to give you a real simple formula on how to make a lot of videos in a short period of time and save you from making that excuse you don't have time. All right? Ready? Check it out. You got a job? Great. Okay. You can work 8 hours a day. All right? You can sleep 8 hours. That's only 16 hours, right? So take 2 hours out for travel time. That's 18 hours. Okay, you still have 6 hours left. Okay? Take away 2 hours for eating, showering, and working out. That's 4 hours. Okay? Take one. Just take one of those hours. Just take one of those hours and make 6 videos. Film the videos in portrait mode, meaning vertical, up and down, right? And then make those videos 15 seconds or less, all right? You can post each one of those 6 videos on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube Shorts, Facebook Reels, and Snapchat. And guess what? You can make money off Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, and Facebook Reels, and Snapchat right now, and you don't need a certain amount of followers. So do that. 6 videos, 15 seconds or less. post them on all those platforms. Boom, there you go. That'll take you less than an hour, okay? And don't worry about hashtags, okay? We'll talk more in depth about this stuff later, but check it out. If I can do these things, you can, okay? If you're unwilling to give up some time right now, then you don't want it. If you're unwilling to give up your pride, you don't want it. Because when you really want something, you will go get it. And nothing and nobody will stop you. Okay? Act hungry so you don't end up hungry. Okay? Start now, do it now, so you don't end up homeless like I was, right? I thank God for being homeless. I would never want to do it again, and I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy if I had one. I don't have any enemies, but I would never want anybody to have the experience. I just thank God that I went through it because I learned my lessons. Like I said, you got to be fat, man. You got to put the work in, man. You got to act hungry, man. You know, so I don't forget that I'm hungry, okay? I don't forget that I'm hungry now. I don't forget that hunger, right? So I choose to suffer and sacrifice small things now. So later, I'll never suffer financially again. And I'll make sure nobody around me will either. And that includes you. Okay? I can buy my mom's ranch in Montana, her Escalade, my aunt's truck. But you know what? The biggest payoff that I could ever receive is watching you live your dreams. I can give you that example. That's the most valuable thing. I did it. And you can do it too. You're worth it. Okay, so put the work in. All right, get the confidence in something that you can never lose and only goes up in value. Yourself, your abilities, your self-worth. Okay, pay now. Okay, and give up some of your free time. Give up your fear of looking bad to other people that you don't know, that don't give a fuck about what you're doing anyway, and you don't care about them. Okay, and give it up now. Pay now. Or you can pay later. Okay? You can look good now, have lots of clothes, you can have a luxury apartment, you can have lots of free time and spend money on alcohol or whatever you do with your friends, watching Netflix or whatever it is that you do to waste time, video games. Okay? And then you can look like shit later. You can look good now and look like shit later, or you can look like shit now for a little bit and you can look like the ultimate king or queen later. Okay? It's like your taxes. Like I said, you choose to get a little more in your paycheck now, or you can choose to get a lot more back later. If you delay gratification, knowing that you will have a much bigger payoff later, and it'll be much better, much more rewarding, and it cannot be taken away. Okay? So, the good life is expensive. There is another way to live that doesn't cost very much, but it isn't any good. So go out there and put the work in. And when you make those videos, tag me in your videos, okay? You are worth it. You have been listening to Rhythm for Revenue. And I'm your host, Liberty V. Justice. There's no period in my V because my victories never end. And I'm here to help you get your victories. Legends, you are worth it. If this episode made you get up and take action, share this with someone else who needs to hear this. We are here to make a bigger impact, influence, and income with our media and teach you to do the same. It would really help us out if you would write a review and share this with your friends. You are worth it, and we can't wait to hear from you.